Together, growing in faith, changing communities.
Igama likayisebene ndodana nomoya ocwebileyo. Amen. Today the word that I would like us to reflect on comes from Matthew chapter 5, from verse 13. The Gospel of Matthew chapter 5, verses from verse 13 to verse 16. You are the salt of the earth. But if the salt has lost its taste, how shall its saltiness be restored? It is no longer good for anything except to be thrown out and tremble under people's feet. And the word I want to sit with, you are the salt of the earth. And I think there's something absolutely powerful with the usage of the word salt. And because the salt has the power and the properties to do a lot of things that are important, that are absolutely essential. The first one, it gives taste to the food. Salt has the ability to give taste to the food. But we also know that salt has the ability to preserve and to restore. Salt also has the ability to heal. So often we use the salt. Either we're using the Celtic salt, we use the sea salt, we use the Himalayan salt, we use the salt to heal. And I just want to say it with those three understandings that we have used with the salt. First one being saying it gives taste. And second one, it preserves, it restores. The third one, it heals. And I'd like us to look into those in comparison into our own lives. And I want to presume and pray and argue that that's what our lives should be. That people, upon meeting us, they must have an experience with God. That people, upon meeting us, they must want to be in the presence of God. And I want to believe that to be true in our own lives. And it means the prayer of St. Francis becomes a reality. Tandrazami, there's so much going on in the world. A great number of people are struggling. They are hurting. Just because abasixoxeli, just because abasitsheli, it doesn't mean they are not going through a lot. Uyabona, out of 10 people ohlangana nabo, a great number of them bazokutshela ukuthi bayagowisha. A great number of them may not need even to tell us ukuthi bayagowisha. Kodwa we know ukuthi they are going through a lot in their own lives. And so ithandwa zami kukunalento evukayo kumina ethi, what is our intention in life? What is our purpose in life? Why do we meet people? Sihlanganelane nabantu uma at the end of the day we are going to be the cause of their pain. Sihlanganelane nabantu if at the end of the day ithina esobalimaza. Sihlanganelane nabantu if at the end of it all they regret ever meeting us. Umuzi umuntu ethi ngiyayisola ukuthi ngahlanganelani nawe. Umuzi umuntu ethi hey, impilo yami ever since kwafika wena has changed. And not as if it has changed for better, but it has changed for worse. And so as we begin this morning prayer, I want us to go back to, let me be the salt into someone else's life. Angabi usawoti ofakwe esilondeni. No. But let me be the one that brings good news, that lighten the mood. Uyabona kunabantu empilweni, you could be having a terrible day. You may be going through a lot. Kodwa lowo muntu once waba naye, once wakhuluma naye, they lift up your spirit. They lift up the burden. And you soon realize ukuthi kwaze kwangcono ngazizwa sengi right manje empilweni. And you realize ukuthi That's who we are called to be. Khona omunye umuntu othi mumbona, the mere fact ukuthi use phambi kwakho, use nawe, and you feel like home. So often I say, kwesinye isikhathi abanye abantu, they become our home. They become our brothers. They become our sisters. They become our everything. Ngoba they understand us. They get us. And they always want the best for our own lives. And so the first thing I want us to remember as we go out into the world, yes, I may be upset. I may be angry. I may be hurting. But don't put the other person to go through the same pain you've gone through. Ungavuma omunye umuntu ezwe lobuhlungu osubuzwile. Yabona, there's something that happens to us sometimes as human beings, is that we bleed out on other people. And kwesinye isikhathi, they are innocent people. And we just bleed out. Why? Because we are going through a lot ourselves. And so we either do not know how to deal with our own pains, we do not know how to be in the situation, and so we bite the head that comes first. We strike at someone who raises a concern. And sometimes the very same people we try to destroy are the very same people who want nothing but the best for us. And I think one of the most important things that shows is spiritual maturity. Ilena eti, let me not bleed out to those whom I love. Let me not bleed out to anyone else. And it speaks to me about emotional intelligence. I can be going through a lot. I can be going through the worst. But I must refuse to become the perpetrator. I must refuse to become vicious. I must refuse to make sure that angifuni ukuzoloba ubuhlungu ngedwa. They don't deserve this. And I always say to myself, uma kubuhlungu kumina, uma kuzwela kumina, how much more nakomunye umuntu? And you soon realize ukuthi this is not what we are all called for. So that's the first word. I am the salt to the world. And the argument that I want us to be, I want us to bring taste. Go back to that beautiful prayer of St. Francis. Where there is doubt, let me sow hope. Where there is pain, let me bring healing. Let me bring peace where there is chaos. And I would love us as we go into our working spaces, as we walk and meet friends, family members. Yabona kwesinye isikhathi as families, we destroy each other. Indlela esihlebana ngayo. Indlela esikhuluma ngayo. Yabona kweminye imizi makukhona umcimbi, uyazi ukuthi the moment sisemcimbini ukhona ekuzophunywa nayo. Kweminye imizi siyazi sinohlobo lo ma, lo baba, lo malume, lo gogo, lo mkhulu, lo whoever. They always speak on someone. And no matter how often, but this is not the best thing. And let us not be like that. Khona omunye umuntu eqhamuka ukuthi, hey sibanibani usaba ngaka, hayi phela wona ngiyakwazi wawuzacile, wawungeva uhlupheka, hayi siyabonga, hayi kuyabonakala ukuthi hayi indoda ikuphethe kahle. Athi omunye, hayi wena ungeva ukhuluphele, usazaca kangaka, kwenzakala nempilo yakho. They don't even know what you're going through. Hayi bo sibanibani kwenze njani, wagunda impungculu, yindaba wena, hayi bo umuntu esifazana akayi. They don't even know you could be struggling and having cancer. Sometimes abantu, they say a lot of things and they don't know. And we sit through this because we say it's family. We smile through the pain because we say it's family. And we sit through all of this because sithi abantu abadala and askwazi ukuphendula. What I'm asking of us is that could we at least be considerate? If I have nothing beautiful to say, maybe let me not say anything. If I have nothing kind to say, maybe let me not say anything. That's the first one. The second attribute or properties that I give to the salt, it preserves, it restores. And there's something absolutely beautiful about that. If ufuna into yakho ingasheshi ukubola, uyifaka kusawoti or uba ne-solution enosawoti. And it has the ability to preserve things. It has the ability to prolong life. And I think we can do that as best as we can. Let us prolong life to someone. Let us be the cause of their joy. Let us be the cause of their fulfillment. Abathi mabe nathi bazizwe bebasha, rejuvenated again, being given another lease into life. And I think we are capable of doing that. We are capable of bringing the best in people's lives and restoring them into something so great. There's so much going on, and abantu abaningi are struggling, are in pain, and some of them, and a great number of them, it's mental pain. They don't talk about it. But mentally, they're not okay. They are breaking down. Mentally, they're suicidal. They want to walk out of this. They want to walk away. But they can't. Because they have nowhere else to go. And sometimes mabe khuluma nathi and we brush them off. And we say, avuhlanya wena. Hayi wena avunehamba. Hayi nangoku useqalile nento zakhe. And you soon realize a great number of our people are struggling with mental sicknesses. Mental health is a huge reality in our lives. People are depressed. You know, the sad part ngempilo is that a great number of people go through depression without them even knowing they are going through depression. And they'll only realize after it. And when someone says, what was going on? And someone says, no, but you were going through depression. A great number of our people are going through depression. And you know the sad part? We are even scared to acknowledge it. We are even scared to talk about it. Why? Because we've been made to believe that those who struggle with mental health have something wrong with them. We've been made to believe that those who struggle with mental health are weak. That's not true. That's not true. There's so much going on. The pressure is so much. Some people enjoy being alone, but never to be lonely. And there's a huge distinction between the two. But some people, not only are they alone, but they're lonely. And they realize that they are also alone in life. That they are in this alone. Nobody gets them. And nobody wants anything to do with them. And I believe that the Lord is calling us, is reminding us this morning, today, let's be the restoration of life. Ngizokubuyisela konke okudliwe isikhonyane. Yabona, the level of unemployment is so high. It's so frustrating. A great number of our people are not employed. And there's no hope that they're going to be employed. And some of them have been going through this for some time now. And some of them have lost hope. Some of them have gone into a lifestyle they will not have chosen on their own. There's so much going on. But abantu bakaNkulunkulu. Yabona ithandwa zami, sometimes gibela amatekisi, sigibela amabhasi. Abantu bayayikhulumela, nathi siyayikhulumela, and you soon realize qalimpi, qalifight. Singena ema-ofisini, kuyakhulunywa emhlanganweni, seqalimpi, seqalifight. And you realize ukuthi lo muntu akalwi ngoba elwa nawe. Ulwa nezimo abhekene nazo. omunye umuntu ukhulume naye uthi ukhuluma naye either uyadlala noma uyayipassing a judgment or a comment, and they just fall apart and they break and they cry, and you become that last straw that breaks the back. And because usho into kanti kuningi that she's going through. I think sometimes when simcela uNkulunkulu asinikeze the ability yokusensa abantu, the ability to knock before ungene emzini womuntu, to check ukuthi ayibo, can I say this? Can I comment? Can I pass something? Because kwesinye isikhathi uzosho something when I jokingly, and it's gonna hit me differently because I'm in wrong. I'm not in a good space. And joke and we normally joke about it, maybe, but this time it's different. Why? Because I'm just going through a lot. A great number of people are going through depression. A great number of people, they go through anxiety. They're scared. They're worried about the future. They look at their lives and they're like, if nothing changes, how do I know that it will get better? And they look at day to day. They're worried about the future, but they worried more about tomorrow. If I can't put food on the table today, what makes you think I'm going to bring it tomorrow? If I can't meet the target this month, what makes you think next month I will do it? And you realize ukuthi balimela abantu bakaNkulunkulu. You realize ukuthi abantu bakaNkulunkulu are not happy. Thandwa zami, khona abanye abantu abanemsebenzi. They work, but they realize ukuthi nomsebenzi engiwenzayo awikhokheli izinto engidinga ngizilungise. I'm talking about the bare minimum. The bare minimum. I'm not talking about a luxurious life. I'm just talking about the bare minimum. Ukhokhela i-rent, ukhokhela ama-lights, ukhokhela i-transport, ukhokhela ukudla. And maybe if I'm lucky, to send money home ukuze bakwazi ukudla nabo. Khona abanye abantu, yes, they wake up every day and they cannot even meet the bare minimum. And they live under pressure. It frustrates me, it worries me, it saddens me to realize that a great number of our people work under pressure. They must deliver. And that's the language, that you must deliver. You must deliver at all times. What happens if there is nothing else to give? What happens if I reach a stage where I say, I have given you my all, my best. I am running dry. What do I do? What worries me is that when they realize, Gucci, I have given my all and I continue to give and I am out of reserve, what fills their jars? That is a huge issue. What fills their jars? And so often uzothola umuntu emsebenzini ngo-9:10 useyaphuza. And you realize ukuthi ayibo, this is not the right time. Umbuzo but athi mfethu uthi angenzeni, this is so stressful. How do you expect me to cope? And so ithandwa zami, let us bring restoration wherever we can. Let us bring life wherever we can. And especially if I'm in the position of changing someone else's life for better. If I'm in a position of helping someone else. There's something that worries me as a person. Gatekeeping. We gatekeep a lot as human beings. We know ukuthi there are opportunities that can help people. We know ukuthi there are opportunities that can change their lives. but we just keep it to ourselves. It's like sifuna ukuthi ngifuna kube yimina ngedwa ophumelelayo. Ngifuna kube yimina ngedwa ongcono. Ngifuna kube yimina ngedwa obatshazwayo. Ngifuna kube yimina ngedwa oGrootman. And I think leyo mentality yokuba uGrootman yasilimaza ezabantu. Mina nje ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi hayi bukani uGrootman isifikile, hayi bukani uAnton nemali. I just want to become this rich aunt. And everyone else ezezocela kumina. Everyone else ezazobheka kumina. Everyone else ezezokhothama kumina. I think we need to pray against that spirit. I don't think that is of God. Ukuthi ngifuna ukuthi kube yimina ngedwa who is a success story. Ngifuna kube yimina ngedwa obatshazwayo. Ngifuna kube yimina ngedwa hayi yabona ke leya moto yokuqala ifike no Smartman, everything new iqala ngami. Hayi bafowethu. I think we are blessed in order to be a blessing. I think that's what God wants out from us. He wants us to help. And to help, and I'm not denying ukuthi khona abanye abantu esifuna ukubasiza abafuna ukusizwa. I'm not denying khona abanye abantu esifuna ukubasiza and they milk us dry. I'm not denying that, but there's a great number of other people who will take an opportunity, run with it, and they will be the best. And I think one of the most powerful things that I've loved, it's about teachers who train us to be far more greater than them, to earn far more than them. That is something I always admire, that I will train you to be better than me. And I look at all the brothers that I've had and I lived with, and I say to myself, I want you to be better than me. I want you to be the finest priest you can ever be. If there's something that you can take from me, please take it. God, I need you to grow, and I need to groom you to find yourself and give us the better version of who you are. And I look at them, some of them, and I smile and I'm grateful to God. I'm like, wow, look at this. Look at what God has done in the life of this young man. And I'm grateful. And so that's the second part. It is to restore. Don't forget, we are reflecting today on the Gospel of Matthew chapter 5 from verse 13. You are the salt of the earth. The first part of being the salt of the earth, it is to bring taste, to do something good. The second element, it is to restore, to preserve. The third element, it's healing. Salt has healing properties. My dear brothers and sisters, let us be the healing to those we meet. But start with yourself. I cannot give what I don't have. I need to learn to heal myself. I need to learn to ask for healing. And part of healing demands that I need to forgive myself. I need to accept myself. I don't need to pretend any further. Part of healing demands those things. Healing myself. And so many of us are broken. So many of us are hurting. So many of us have gone through terrible relationships. So many of us have gone through things that have hurt us deeply. And we know that. Yes, some of us, we don't even know. It happened when we were children. It happened when we were growing up. Yes, we didn't have power. We couldn't defend ourselves. We couldn't protect ourselves. Sometimes we were abused by the very same people we trusted. And some carry the rape, molestation, the isolation, the rejection. And so you see us as full-grown men, full-grown women, but as children, we're still hurting. As children, we haven't made peace. And so we need to pray for healing. We need to pray for that grace. Sometimes I fail as a father. Sometimes I fail as a husband because my father was never present. Because my father was abusive. So I do not know how to be a good father. Sometimes I fail as a mother. Sometimes I fail as a wife because mommy was never present. Mommy was always busy. And we need to heal the child in us. I always say, dear brothers and sisters, in every man there is a little boy crying for attention. In every woman there is a little girl crying for attention. And unless I'm able to take the little girl and the grown man, a woman, and let them sit at the table and face each other, there will always be competition. There will always be frustration. There will always be misunderstanding. And so you look at us fully grown adults and we're behaving like children and you don't understand because we've never embraced our childhood. We've never healed from them. We've never grown to accept that, yes, dad may have left me. Mom may have left me. Yes, they may have gone and gotten married somewhere else, but I'm still loved. I'm still important. And I need to forgive them. You know, sometimes as adults, we know you must forgive, but the little girl, the little boy doesn't know that. And I need to go and tell them and say, Tembelani, you need to heal, boy. I need to go and tell them and say, Ntlantla, you need to heal. And say, Nelly, you need to heal. Whatever has happened, you must heal. Yes, it was painful, Tandiwe, but you need to go through it and allow God to heal you. And those are important things. And so you realize that we need to heal. But also, dear brothers and sisters, we need to heal our generation. There's so much that has happened in our generation. We are born into a great family. We are born into a great legacy. We are born into these wonderful people. But we need to heal some aspects of our lives, some aspects of our culture, some aspects of our family. You are the salt of the earth. Verse 14, you are the light of the world. A city set on a hill cannot be hidden. And I want to say this. You are the light. You are the greatest thing that God has ever made. You have defied everything in life. You have walked out of darkness alive. You are stronger than the word strong itself. You are stronger because the Lord is your strength. You are the light. You bring something to light. You bring something new. You enlighten the room. You brighten our lives. You are the greatest gift. Never forget that. Never forget that you are the light of the world. In your own space, in your own world, in your own family, in your own firm, in your own circle of friends. That's who you are. I want you to realize that. You are the light. You know, last night we were celebrating Diwali. And there were all crackers going around and everything. But forget about the crackers. Forget about every other thing. Just focus on something so powerful. If you went through their homes, those who were celebrating, on their windowsill, you will find there were lights, there were candles, there were lamps. It was darkness being overcome by light. It was light breaking the chains of darkness. And the story is so powerful that the lights are there to open the path so that when he comes back, he will find his home. The light is so powerful that it breaks every silence of darkness. It breaks every chain of pain. And I want you to be the light. There's a very beautiful tradition among Tamils or Hindus that when a wife is getting married, she takes a lamb from her family into a new a marriage, into a new home. She brings the light into this. And that's what I'm praying for. That's what I'm asking for. Be the light. Akuthi abantu mabekubona bathi sefikile usibanibani. Akuthi abantu mabekubona bathi wait. Na solution yethu. Be a solution to a problem. Be a comfort into someone else's life. Thandwa zami, there's so much going on. Make a decision. Make a commitment. Make a vow. I will never distinguish. I will never rather extinguish my light. I will never extinguish my light. Angisoze ngacima ukukhanya engikona. Don't let anyone, don't let anything, don't let any situation extinguish your light. That's the word for today. I am the light, and nothing will extinguish this light. Ngikukhanya, ayikho into eyokucima lokho kukhanya. I want you to be intentional. I want us to be intentional. Ngifuna sibe nenkani. I am the light. Nothing, no one will extinguish this light. Ungavumi ngawe. Ungavumi ngempilo yakho. Be adamant about it. Be stubborn about it. Even if it means losing your life. I am the light. And nothing and no one will extinguish this light. Be adamant about it. And everywhere you go, be the light you seek to find. If there's darkness, be the first one to bring light. If there's chaos, be the first one to bring sanity. If there's pain, be the first one to bring healing. Ungazibukeli phansi. Ungazibukeli phansi. You are the light. And don't let people take you for a ride. Unganikezi abantu amandla. Ithandwa zami, I'm very particular. For those who've come to know me, I'm very particular about my freedom. I'm very particular. I don't give my freedom away. It doesn't matter ukuthi ubani, I will never give you what does not belong to you. Not my freedom. I can sit in a room full of people. We could argue a point, but I will never give my freedom away. You are the light. Don't let people bully you. Don't let people steal from you. Don't let people run you over. Don't let people just dictate to you. You are the light. Let no one extinguish that. Ungavumi abantu bantshontshe oyikona. Ungavumi. You are the light. And don't be hidden. Do not let people hide you as if uyihlazo, as if uyinto ekufanele ngakhulunywa ngayo. No. Shine. Be the best. One of the most beautiful things that I love about kids with special needs, they just be. They just live their lives. If they want to do this, they do this. They do whatever they want to do. And they are just themselves. They live in their own space, in their own world, and they do their own things. And do you know what? Do you know who gets more frustrated? It's us. Bona? No. They are dealing with whatever they are dealing with. They express whatever they want to express. And sometimes we singamagwala. Sometimes we've allowed pain to control us. Sometimes we've allowed hurt to dictate us. Just because sihlale kakhulu nabantu who bully us. Sihlale kakhulu nabantu who oppress us. Sihlale kakhulu nabantu who take authority into their head. Ave ingozi umuntu othatha ipower ibeke engqondweni, especially uma ukuthi ingqondo ayihlangani kahle hle. Especially uma ukuthi khona into engacobhozi kahle. Because the only thing they know is power. They can't reason. The only thing they know is to how to control other people. They can't reason. And so no matter how much you try to reason with them, they can't. And I'm reminding you, the word for today, I am the light. And let nothing, no one, extinguish that light. Let nothing, let no one extinguish that light. Amen.